if you're working additional shifts just to maintain your lifestyle, that is crazy. They're broke. Because my thing is, if you have to pick up a shift to get it, you don't have it. You're going to be living paycheck to paycheck. And like I said, don't let social media fool you into choosing nursing as a career.
The champ is here!
Today is a serious topic. A lot of y'all ain't gonna like me for it. A lot of y'all gonna be like, oh my God, I'm so sick of getting on social media and hearing nurses bash the nursing profession. I'll tell you right now, I'm not bashing. I'm just giving my perspective and giving you the truth. If you don't want to hear about this, I would go ahead and advise sis to go on to another video, because over here, we don't sugarcoat for anybody. I said what I said, and this is a safe space. Go up the comment sections, whether you don't like it or you do. If you have some similarities of the things that you've seen in the nursing profession. But today we're talking about, please, for the love of God, stop glamorizing nurses. Especially TikTok. Like, I put the definition of glamorize so you can understand the context of where I'm coming from. I'm really sick of it, because when you really a nurse, you know that some of it's true and a lot of it is very false. Part one is just, I'm going to put things in perspective of how I came up with this topic and how I want to go about talking about it. So I personally looked up glamorize on Google because I want to put it in the correct context before I just start blabbing my mouth. And this is the definition of it. Read this to yourself. Make sure we read it again. They describe glamorizing as making something seem glamorous or desirable, especially fiercely so. So then I thought, I don't know what fiercely means. It's not like the fiercely. And this is what it said. Fiercely means a falsified or extraneously attribute origin, forge or deceitful nature or quality, i.e. fake. Now we know nursing is a real profession and it's not fake. But what I mean by glamorous is people are making it seem what it's not. They are really being deceitful, having a deceitful nature, painting this picture of how your life will look if you decide to get into nursing, and they're not telling you the full truth. They're showing you the things, the highlights, like, oh, I'm taking a trip every 3 months. Oh, I'm buying all this designer stuff. That can be true, but let's show the full picture, because it also can be deceitful in nature. Like I said, don't let social media fool you into choosing nursing as a career. Because I feel like social media has this thing where it wants to focus on and how you can provide for yourself. People are showcasing it as a lifestyle instead of a demanding career, which is really what it is. I'm that person who will call a spade a spade. Nursing is not a lifestyle. It's a career. It's a job.
Job. J-O-B. You hear me?
People who are showing nurses glamorizing this lifestyle by traveling and living like a lavish lifestyle. They call it getting ready for their big girl jobs. That's what I hear a lot of people on social media say. Yeah, let me show you how I get ready for my big girl job. I love that for them though. Now on the contrary, some nurses really live like this. And that's in general with any career. Some things that you see on social media, people really live that lifestyle. But in reality, majority do not. You know, and you have to take a lot of things into account when you're thinking about if you can live that lifestyle. And you got to think about your background. Where did you come from? Habits that you have. You got to take all that things into consideration. Some things that you should take into consideration before you get into nursing, especially if you're getting into it to live a certain lifestyle, is first and foremost, stop comparing yourself to others. So like I said, a lot of people that you see posting this content, they're very young. This is their first career. So if you think about being 18, I think if you guys go at 18, I had a girl, we went to nurse. I think she started her career about 2021. For a 2021-year-old, that's a lot of money, especially if you haven't lived life, like you haven't had children. A lot of these have roommates or they're still living with their parents. So you can really afford to live like this. But if you are an individual who comes with a little bit of baggage, you have bills, you have children, this is not your first career, this is probably your second, third career, you have real life things going on, your life is not going to look exactly like that. Believe that you're going to live this lifestyle. I don't care if you're young or old, if you lack money management, because if the outcome is more than the income, you're going to be living paycheck to paycheck. And I work with a lot of nurses that are like this. That's their normal. They literally will pick up shifts to cover every trip. Pick up shifts to cover an additional bill. They will pick up shifts, an LV bag. Because my thing is, if you have to pick up a shift to get it, you don't have it. And I'm sorry, you don't have it. If I have to do anything extra of being down that clock and I can't afford it with the money I got, at that point, I'm living paycheck to paycheck. Like if I have to pick up additional work to pay a bill, I'm living above my means. You get what I'm saying? I'm trying to keep up with the Joneses. And I don't think that that's the part they're not telling you. And I'm not saying all of them are doing this, but that's the reality of it. Everybody's not, because I work with a lot of nurses like this. They're broke. All they know how to is make money and spend money. They left with way outside of their means. I work with a lot of nurses who are the primary breadwinner in their relationship, meaning when they graduated, their boyfriend married them, right? Proposed to them. They got married. He decided, oh, I'll be the stay-at-home dad because you can't work those 312s and not have a support system, right? And now she's bringing in all the money. I work with nurses like this. And I work with nurses who go on trips all the time. But when I talk to them, they're telling me how broke they are. You're broke? I mean, they're just sitting on a trip, boo.
You're broke. You have a roommate. What do you mean? Rent is too expensive. Like you're paying half of the rent. You get what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to sound. And a lot of these nurses don't have children. They don't have children. And I'm not trying to down any of these people, but I'm trying to give you the reality of it. When you get in the world, you will see it from a different lens.
Social media can make you look like you're living a life that you're never living. Like, look at me. I'm in this room. I'm in Costa Rica right now. This ain't my house. This is a content room from an Airbnb. Like, they have content rooms that you can shoot content in. I could have got on here and be like, y'all, look at my new office. You can be anything you want to be on social media. And a lot of people love it. They want the idea of being accepted and people looking at them like they got a lot going on even when they don't got shit going on. A lot of nurses who overcompensate, they're living the senses by beating down that clock. I mean, if you like to work, you like to work. If you're working to save up for a house, something major purposes, great. But if you're working additional shifts just to maintain your lifestyle, that is crazy. That is robbing Peter to pay Paul at that point. I don't know about you guys, but I have no desire to work overtime. I have no desire to work any extra. The goal of life is to work less and live more. And y'all may be like, oh, she's being like really harsh. No, I say this because I am a person so when I was 18, I was in the Army. I was making a decent amount of money and I didn't have a car when I first joined the Army. I didn't have debt, any bills. I don't have student loans. But now this is my second career. So in the Army, I learned money management. I learned the power of good credit. I learned discipline. So now that I'm a nurse, I can literally afford my lifestyle without picking up extra shifts. I know the checks and balances of life. I know when enough is enough. Like, girl, you're doing too much. You're spending too much. And if you never had that foundation, how can you live a certain lifestyle when you never even went through the digging part? You never even built the foundation of it to build up, you know?
I don't know about you guys, but I have a 7-year-old and I have, there's nowhere in my prayer where I'll be like, God, I want to work more. No, I want to work more on myself. I want to work more with my child to raise them. I have no desire to spend that much time away from my kid. Like none whatsoever. And nursing does take you away from your family.
Like I said, I've been a nurse about a year, 4 months, and I have yet to pick up an overtime shift. If you have kids, I really want you especially to look at this video. You may be thinking, well, I choose nursing because I work 3 days. But let me tell you, those 3 days and those 12-hour shifts take so much. Having a balanced work-life schedule. Like, for example, I have to have someone pick up my son, take him to school, and pick him up. So by the time I do see him, he is asleep. That's when I was working on day shift. Now that I'm on night shift, I really don't see him because he has to stay with somebody the nights that he goes to school. They have to pick him up, right? I mean, I could pick him up, but I'll be working late every day. Then I have to compensate them for helping me out. And then it's like my kid is going through these drastic changes and I'm wondering why his behavior is changing in school, why he's having bad days. My son came in and was like, Mommy, I've been wondering why you're so tired. Children see that. He realizes that Mommy is super tired, always tired. So even on my days off, I spend them trying to catch up, trying to catch up on life, and I'm not really living unless I go on a vacation like this. And then most of the time I do go on a vacation, I'm not trying to bring my child. I'm trying to relax. I'm so overstimulated. I just want to chill, So I had to ask myself, who's raising your damn kid at this point? Are you really raising your child? And I'm a very hands-on mother, and that in itself made me want to cry. That in itself really almost broke down. It's this is not the life that I think I want to live. I don't know if nursing is for me. I don't know if I'm doing right by my child. I start to really question my whole existence with this work-life balance thing. Like I said, the main thing nurses know how to do, and I want to get us away from this, make money and spend money. If you're getting into the career for the money, it's never going to be enough. They're never going to pay you enough. So what I would say is have an exit plan, have an exit strategy. If you're going to really live this life to get that money, get that money. Don't get sucked into this lifestyle. And it is a lifestyle. Just like when I was in the military, I got in the military, and I always wanted to get in just to do my term, ETS, go to school for free. That was the whole purpose of me joining. While I'm in the military,
I started living the lifestyle. I thought about, oh, let me re-enlist. Then I went from re-enlisting to getting pregnant. No, I went from thinking about re-enlisting to getting married, because that's the lifestyle. Everybody gets married young. Got married, realized, why the fuck did I do that? Got a divorce, met another guy, got pregnant. Now I'm like, oh my God, I'm about to bring this baby into this world. And I was just at the end of my contract. Do I really want to re-enlist? And then I had to really sit down, like, have a talk with God. Like, what was your whole purpose of getting into this career? Your whole purpose was never to make it a lifestyle, never to retire. It was never to get sucked up into all of this. You've been in here in this career 5 years, and you left with a marriage, a divorce, and a kid. Those were never in your plans. Like, and although sometimes God's plan is not your plan. What I mean to say is, like, if you're gonna do something, do it. Just stick to the basis, because you will come out on the other side with extra baggage. And one thing I know about people: the more money you make, the more money you will spend.
I feel like healthcare professional has been ingrained to accept mistreatment. We've been ingrained to accept the bare minimum, to be able to deal with limited resources while we're at work, and to only see the value of our skills in a healthcare setting that we have to get out of our comfortability. Also trying to convey is, don't pursue nursing for the wrong reasons, because you think you're going to be rich, you think you're going to be bougie, you think you're going to work 3 days and the other 4 days you're going to be living your life, right? And although there's no right and wrong reason to pursue nursing, but I'll leave you with this. It's not a calling, it's a job.
Job. J-O-B. You hear me?
And I've heard somebody tell me that it was, and some people, it really may be a calling. But I ask you this: if it's really a calling, would you do it for free? Would you do?
I say this because I genuinely care about people. Like, I would literally help somebody for free. Would I help somebody in that situation for free? In that setting, probably no. In a hospital setting, no. But would I help somebody who's sick for free? Yeah. But a lot of people are not willing to do what they do for free. So if you say no, that is a job to you. Anytime you trade your time for money, that is a job. That's not a calling, boo. Because, like, at the end of the day, they're never going to pay us for what we're worth. And before y'all hit me with the, oh my God, why do y'all speak so poorly and bad about the nursing profession and then stay in it? I'm going to tell you, like I said earlier, I never had mentorship. Like, my whole life, I think I lacked mentorship. And as an adult, it's really hard to find mentors, let alone friends, because people are weird. So when I went to the Army, I had nobody mentoring me through that. Nobody in my family ever was in the Army, so I was just navigating from, I was just shooting blindfolded, right? I'm just, figuring it out on my own. And I feel like when I decided to get into nursing, the same thing. I just was figuring it out on my own. So I had nobody to warn me about what was to come. Like, I'm trying to warn you guys of. So, like I said before, y'all try to hit me with that. I just want to say, I know why I became a nurse. I love job flexibility and security. I was awarded the opportunity to have a free education, and I wasn't going to use it just on anything. I'm very strategic. So I decided to go into nursing and get a free 4-year degree as a nurse. So that's why I went into it. It was more for, like, okay, one day if I leave this profession, it's not for me. When I'm on my last leg, I could always fall back on it. I could always pick it back up and get it out the mud and do what I need to do to get myself back wherever I need to be. It was a security thing. That's why I joined. So my advice to you guys will be to always have an exit plan. If you're coming into nursing, especially if it's bedside, because bedside is for the bird. The bright side is there are so many opportunities that you can get into, so many different avenues of approach, so many specialties that you can get into in nursing that you're not limited. And that's another thing why I got into it. And I love that for the profession. The profession is very lucrative, and it's very flexible. So I would not say it's not a good profession, but just remember your why, people. Always remember your why. The last thing I want to say is nursing is not an aesthetic. I looked at aesthetic on Google and it said, concerned with beauty or the appreciation of beauty. Nothing is aesthetic about changing ostomy baths, sucking secretions out of people's mouth, coding patients, consoling family members when their family dies, getting cursed out because you were trying to save a patient and you forgot the ice. You get what I'm saying? The other patients mad because you forgot their ice. That's the most important thing to them for the day. Is that you bought them ice, but you was just over there doing chest compressions for God knows how long. It's nothing aesthetic about being constantly overstimulated. This is not like my normal videos, but it is a topic that I really wanted to speak on because it's just been really heavy on my heart. And I just wanted to get it out there. Like, don't let this social media stuff fool you guys. Like, live in your truth
And if you do, and I don't want to discourage anybody from getting into nursing, but if you do decide to get into nursing, make sure it's what you want to do and not because it's a certain way that you want to live. There are other careers that you may enjoy that doesn't come with all the extraness, and you still can live that way. You don't have to become a nurse just to live the way that you see the people on TikTok, Instagram live. And yeah, remember it's content and we can create content. Like anybody can make something seem as if or what it's not, you know? I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Share your experience down below. Share with me how you think the profession is going. Are you enjoying your time being a nurse? How long did you get a nurse? What do you think about the way content has shifted nursing? What do you think the career fair is going to in the future? Like how it will look? What state of what state is nursing at this current time, and where is it going forward? Yeah, just share all your concerns. Trauma dump on me about your career. Love y'all. Make sure y'all follow my new Instagram.